So today I'm going to be showing you Llama-Index. That's formerly known as GPT-Index. What it is, it's a data framework. It allows you to get that really rich data, that proprietary data, into your LLM, which enables you to ask questions about your content. Specifically, we're going to be talking about how can you use Llama-Index to build your RAG framework, the Retrieval Augmented Generation Framework. So why do you want to use the RAG? What it does is it enables your data to be provided to the LLM, so it has all the context it needs to make sure those answers are up to date and correct. Here's just a quick diagram to explain, okay, usually you have your user input, the LLM that's been trained on data, the data may be old, and then there's your output. And my goal today is to show you how to build this Retrieval Augmented Generation, this RAG framework in only 5 lines of code. In this scenario, you've got the user input, you still have the same LLM, but it has access to external data, that really rich data that you're going to feed it. Then the output is the user prompt and that relevant data that you gave it, and then the answer, the output right here. Here is Llama-Index in GitHub. You can read all about it. Here's the source code. You can go through it. And here are the Llama-Index docs. I'll make sure I leave a link in this in the description for you so you can get here and read the great documentation. Now it's time to drop in here to our code. The first thing that we're going to do, as we always do, we need to build a .env file. Inside your .env, you're going to put your Open API key. The reason you put it in there is because you never want to check this thing in accidentally into a repo. Create your new file, and here we're going to get started. We're going to import .env. That's going to pull in our env file. And then we're going to include Llama-Index, and really just 2 things from it, vector store index and the simple directory reader that's going to read in our data. Let's pop over here and show you the data. The data here exists. What I've done is I've created a folder called data. Here is my example of data. I just pulled this from Wikipedia. It's about Ernest Shackleton and his voyage to Antarctica. First step here is a .env, .load-env. That's going to load our environment variable, our OpenAI API key. Next, we're going to point the simple directory reader to our data folder, and it's going to load that data, and it's going to put it inside of docs. Then we're going to actually create a vector store. So the vector store here is going to be created based on the docs, and we're going to build an index with that. The next step here is we're going to take the index and we're going to build a query engine from the index. Then all we're going to do is take the query index and actually ask a question. So we're going to do a .query. Please provide a 3-sentence paragraph of what he did. What he did, meaning Ernest, what did he do? And we'll give that a go. And here's the answer. Exactly 1, 2, 3 sentences, just like I asked. So it took my context and gave us the answer. And that's how easy it is in 5 lines of code to build your own RAG framework. Happy building. If you find value in this content or any of my videos, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like, and I'm happy to respond to your comments when I have a chance.